games. Whoop, let's go. Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time we
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR Career Mode. Today is going to be a huge episode with some very big things happening. Things I'm very excited for, and hopefully with what I've got planned, I can get across, make happen. So we're going to find that out. But the first thing we've got today is we do have the league leaders in Spurs as our first game of the episode. But before that, there's a player I'd like to try and bring in if I can to the club. It's going to be close. It's going to be tough. Money's going to be a little bit tight, but I'm going to try and do it if I can. And if I can, then we are in for a world of fun. Okay, we have got £37 million. Abiriese has a market value of 30, but we have to offer between 36 and 47, they think, for us to have half a chance of signing him. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in for him. We're going to try it. Abiriese, if we can pick him up, then fantastic. If it falls apart, we tried. Okay, so I have made a small error. I thought we had £37 million. What we in fact had was £37 million profit. So they're not going to say yes to this. I don't know what else I can do. I don't know who else I don't really want to offer Bright because he's actually worth more at the moment. Oh, I think I've botched this, guys. I think I have fully botched this. How is Pepe Arce not even worth? That's disgusting behaviour. We're just going to submit this. They're going to say no. They're going to be fuming. They would have accepted 31. Oh, no. I'd have had it. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm going to have to say no because I can't afford it. We're going to have to hope that people sell and go again. But we have 12 million, Tom. 12. Not 37. But I'm going to put that bitter disappointment behind me and we're going to crack on. Let's get into our first game. We've got to take on top of the table. Okay, so we have made a couple of changes. And the main change is actually a formation change. I've gone to a 4-4-3 defensive, but we've moved Pepe off to a cam. So it's two CDMs and a cam in the middle with wingers instead of left and right mids. Just in the hopes that Todd and Bright can really get in behind today because they've not got the quickest of fullbacks in Aurier and Banat. And Daley Blind as well, not a particularly quick player. Obviously, Koulibaly is going to be a pain in the backside, but I'm optimistic that we can take this team on today, even though they're top of the table. No Heung-min Son. Very interesting to note. He's not featured much at all this season for Spurs, so just something to note. But Trace is in. Let's go for it. Conyoise. Okay, top of the table against 5th place. Harry Kane with 24 goals already this season, and we are in January. That is a terrifying prospect, and like you said there, the goal record is 32, I believe, in a season. So the fact that he's on 24 already is mental. Lyndon Dykes on 19, which is pretty sick as well. Like, again, the rating of Lyndon Dykes to be on that many goals is very impressive. But this is going to be a very tough game. Obviously, top of the table, I don't think they've really lost much at all this season. I think they've maybe lost 2 games. So we're just going to be at our best. We really have to. We have to try and take these guys on and play to a level that I know that we have before. We just got to make sure that we do it again. And we don't want to bottle it. We've had a couple of stinker games, but predictive goals 40 is mental. So we're going to take them on. Let's try and stunt Harry Kane's goal scoring record. I think we did that in the last one. Let's hopefully do it again today. Conyoise. All here with Lyndon Dykes. He's just going to turn and try and get a little bit of a help here. We see Pepe Arce there with that run, and he's going to try and play it back to Lyndon. Oh, Lyndon with a decent first touch, but Koulibaly steps in with an important interception and breaks down our first attack. Oh, that's a good ball there from Kane. It's going to just about goes out. I thought Bertrand was maybe going to keep it in, but honestly, we're kind of limiting them to very, very little. They're kind of trying to work on the counter a little bit, but Amos, especially in the middle of the park, has been absolutely fantastic at breaking up pretty much everything they've tried to do. So hopefully Amos can keep that up, but hopefully we can just be a little bit more decisive in the attack because at the moment, I don't think either side's really had a shot. It's been very, very minimal. They're working it forward here. Tracy on the ball. Good tackle there from Darnell Fisher. Got back well and into the right place to take that ball off of Tracy. And now again, maybe a chance here for us to work it forward. We're going to play it out to Bright. Lyndon making a lovely run. There's that lack of pace I was talking about from Blind. And Lyndon Dykes makes it 1-0. About 25 or so minutes in. I've already ignored how long was on the clock there. But the main thing is we have found the back of the net on that counter, on that pass through. And Daley Blind's lack of pace is exactly what I said at the start of the game I wanted to try and make the most of. And we've done that there. Koulibaly not keeping up with Linden, and Linden finding the back of the net for the 20th time this season in the Premier League. That puts us 1-0 up, 36 minutes on the clock. I do apologise. But 10 minutes to go in this half, and that's exactly what we needed. We just got to defend resolutely. First shot of the game for either side, and it ends up in the back of the net, 1-0. Winks on the ball here. Kane ahead of him, but he's going to just keep it to himself for a little bit. He's going to try and shield off Luke Amos. Amos going to try and get back there. But you know what? Bright Samuel has come back to cover and has done a very good job of it. That's really good stuff there from Bright. Well done, boys. Ball here with Pepe Arce. We see Ellis Todd trying to make a bit of a run. We're going to try and play it in behind, but Sergio Aurier gets it, and that is going to be the first half concluded. Half time, and we are 1-0 up, and I'm very happy with that. I have to say, it's been, I'm not going to say a smash and grab, I'm going to say it's been a relatively uneventful half, but the best chance did lead to a goal. It's as simple as that. It's the only shot for the entire game, so it's not been an end-to-end kind of game. It's been a sort of stuck in the middle of the park kind of game. Not too much going on. Teams around us, some dropping points. Obviously in Man City drawing at the moment to Southampton. United, Arsenal, Chelsea all picking up points for now, but we've got to just try and make sure that we don't drop points from this point. We're looking in a very, very good spot. I'm very, very happy with how we are playing, and I think for now we'll keep things the same. At some point we might bring on Obafemi just to rest Dykes just a little bit, give him like 20-30 minutes sort of rest near the end of this game. Obviously Lamb will make his way on at some point, and depending on what the situation's looking like, Elliott, Chair or Agu might make an appearance, or we'll bring on Ozzy just for, you know, some fresh legs at the back. But for now we'll see what's going on. We'll play hopefully similar. I'm not too upset with this being a relatively quiet second half. We just need to make sure that if there are chances, they hopefully head towards Lloris, not Ramsdale. But let's see if this sort of second half we can start off with a decent attack here. Bright going to pull this into the box, a little dink into the air, but Lloris matches the cross and stops that one. But again, hopefully the second half can be relatively uneventful. I won't be upset with a relatively boring second half, I won't lie to you. Good tackle there from Webster. Going to play it to Pepe Arce, who's just about going to get there first. Plays it out to Ellis. Koulibaly now, massively out of position. Oh, and that's what we need. If Koulibaly's out of position, Lyndon Dykes up against Dali Blind is just a win. It's as simple as that. Well, there's 60 minutes on the clock, and we have made a couple of changes. Obafemi is going to make his way on for Lyndon Dykes, and Hammerlinen's going to make way for Albie Lamb, the usual substitution. Again, I'm trying to complete some objectives so that the board don't hate me by the end of the season, regardless of where we finish, because at the moment we're looking pretty darn decent. A European spot obviously would be the dream, but Lamb straight away, straight into the fire here, into the thick of it, as they're trying to work down our left-hand side. Good initial tackle from Dickey, and thankfully Bergwijn is then offside. So we're just going to be careful here. There you go. Heung-min-Son making his way on for Tracy. I don't understand why he's not starting. He is one of the best players in the league, and in this career mode, he is massively higher rated than Tracy. But what do I know, eh? What do I know? Bright Samuel here has got space ahead of him as Bernat is nowhere to be seen, and now Blind is the man he's up against. Oh, he plays it to Pepe Arce, edge of the box. Oh, it's a good tackle. Oh, I kind of wanted that pass into Obafemi, but it is what it is. But that was a good counter-attack, and maybe we should have made the most of it. Hopefully, we don't regret not making the most of that chance there. Lamb, that is fantastic work there from Lamb. Good block, good stuff, and he brings it away, and maybe he can set... No, he can't set Ellis Todd down the line. And actually, there is a final change. It's Pepe Arce going off at Elias Che. He'll be on for about 1, maybe 2 seconds. As the ref, surely he's going to blow his whistle there, ref. Surely you blow your whistle there, mate. Wait, I was going to say, they give the AI so much more time. It is jarring. I'm going to stop saying it, though, because I say it a lot. But the main thing is, we have come away with 3 very important points up against, apparently, Jose Mourinho's Tottenham side. And... mate, it was a stressful game. It was a stressful game, but we've managed to do it. We've managed to come away with 3 points against the league leaders. The only real chance of the entire game. I think that might be the only shot of the match. Apart from maybe Pepe Arce's counting. No, it was the only shot of the game. What a boring match. But you know what? I'll take a boring match if it means 3 points to QPR. Okay, interesting. Elyounoussi, we've had an offer from Crystal Palace. Obviously a club that we're looking to do business with ourselves anyway. You know what? Because of his lack of stamina, I think we will potentially accept an offer if we get a decent enough one. I'm going to say 13 as a minimum and 16 as a start. I reckon 13 is fair, I won't lie to you. I don't think 13 is is too much to ask for. And I don't think 16 is a bad initial request either. So we'll go for that. That will release a fair bit of wages. It will give us a little bit of money. And even if we can't pick up Eze, it will mean that we can maybe strengthen another position. Because at the moment, wingers we are flooded with. We don't need as many wingers as we have. And if we're going to have somebody else, hopefully it'll be somebody with a little bit more potential. So if Elyounoussi does head off, he was a nice fun signing. I'm really glad we did have him, and actually he's had some really crucial moments for us this season. So Elyounoussi, mate, you've been a boss. Okay, our next game is up against the Blades, Sheffield United, and they are currently in 18th place. So I've put out a slightly rotated side, not like a weak side, just a bit of rotation. So Carter Vickers comes in for Webster, Ludwig in at right back for Fisher, Agu comes in for Chalabar, and Harvey Elliott's going to start instead of Bright. So it's not necessarily like, oh, it's a weak team, but just a bit of rotation, just mixing it up a little bit and keeping fresh legs, basically, because we've got another game not a million miles away from this game. So let's hope that we can come away with just 3 points, basically, is what we're aiming for. Back to the Kiyan Prince Foundation Stadium and hopefully return into the stadium with 3 points. Hopefully today can be a very important just, you know, continuation of our push towards that top 3, top 4. I actually didn't see where we were at after the Spurs game. I actually just straight up didn't look at where we were. So my bad. We'll definitely look after this game to see what the last 2 games would have meant for the top of the table. So apologies that I didn't look at that. But hopefully today we can make sure that when we do look at that table, with 3 points better than we would have been if we looked before the game. Let's go for it, boys. Cornouars, 3 points. That's a good ball. That's a very good ball. Dickie's got to be careful here. That's a good ball into the middle as well. Ludwig gets the initial win on that. And then the initial win is then blocked again. Let's get rid of that. Jeez. Let's not mess about, boys. Come on. Amos on the ball here. Going to try and set away Harvey Elliott. And that's a good ball. An interesting first touch. But Harvey Elliott's done well to keep that. He's going to turn inside. Lovely turn inside as well. Going to try and play it across to Pepe Ars. But it's a good tackle. A good recovering tackle from the wing-back. Pepe Ars on the ball. Lyndon Dykes making a run here. The 5 at the back is not going to stop Lyndon, hopefully, from getting a shot away. I stand corrected. It very much stopped Lyndon from getting a shot away. Sheffield United attacking on just in really good numbers, which you kind of see them do anyway. Ender Stevens getting right up the pitch to the left wing back, getting right up there. And now we've got Ellis Todd up against the centre back, but it played inside sadly to Pepe Ars. But Pepe Ars actually could have ended up being a pretty good person for it to go to as he plays it into Lyndon. And Lyndon smashes it on that weak foot in that top left corner. The fact he's now got 5-star weak foot is incredible because he scores goals like that for fun. He just absolutely bags finishes. It's so sick to see. And Lyndon finds his way up to 21 goals now this season. That is a beautiful close post finish. And mate, 1-0. And it's that man again. It's Lyndon Bloomin Dykes. Cornouars. Thankfully, we take the lead. It wasn't looking like we were going to be the first team to score, but we've done it. Oh, that's a good bit of play forward here from Sheffield United. And then an absolute waste of a chance. I can only assume that was a shot. That surely wasn't like an effort to pass to a teammate, because that was the weirdest way to try and pass them if it was. But you know what? We'll take that ball. We'll try and work it forward here. Pepe Ars. Oh, Lyndon's well and truly offside, but thankfully it was a terrible pass anyway. That's a hell of a ball. That is a hell of a ball forward. He is onside, but Ramsdale, Aaron freaking Ramsdale, yet again with a crucial save for us in this career mode. What an absolute baller this man has been, honestly. Pepe Ars on the ball here. Pepe Ars going to try and work it forward. He's going to try and turn his man. Instead turns into him. And surely that is going to be half-time. It is. Again, just like in the Spurs game, we go in at the break 1-0 in the lead, which is fantastic. Obviously, again, it's always good to go in at half-time in the lead, in my opinion. Puts yourself in good stead for the second half. But we just got to make sure that we really continue to sort of blunt the Blades, basically. Just stop them making their attacks and try and really work them off the counter. Try and really make sure we're applying the pressure when we can. You can see United Liverpool is a draw. City losing at half-time. These are all very good things to see for where we currently are. I don't think Spurs play for another day, or they might have played yesterday. I might be wrong. I'm not too sure. What we're going to do is we're going to bring on Ilias Chair at cam. He didn't really get any game time in the last one, so we'll bring him on straight away for Pepe Ars, who's the last 2 games been a little bit quiet. He's not really been involved too much, so it might be maybe right to rest him for a game at some point, just to give him a little bit of a break. He's got his match sharpness right up there, but I just want to make sure that he's, you know, we're getting the most out of Pepe Ars. Maybe bench him for the next game. We'll see what goes on. But Ilias again, a fantastic option to bring on off the bench. Let's be honest. So let's just crack on second half. More of the same. Come on, you Oz. That's a good cross in from Sheffield United. Thankfully, It went all the way through. Hämäläinen was the person to bring it down, but then the shot was then made. But Hämäläinen with a block. I won't lie to you, that chance didn't really seem like it was going anywhere, so I was very quiet. But my God, it went somewhere, and it very nearly ended up going in the back of our net. We tried to make a counter off the back of it, but it didn't work. But, mate, a bit of a lucky break there, I'm not going to lie. Bringing the ball inside here. It's a nice turn. Dickey got to try and be equal to his man. Steps into the first one. He's surely offside. Is he on? What? He was onside? I'm actually so baffled. I honestly thought he was so far... Oh, I think he might have been kept on by Ludwig. He might have been kept on by Ludwig there. He looked offside. He really did. I didn't want that. I wanted to stay on the first camera. I won't lie to you. Right. Let's go to where it was passed. Is he onside? Okay. Being picky, he's offside there. His knee is definitely past that line. Where does the guy kick it? The guy kicks it there. He's offside. No, there's no two ways about it. He is actually offside there. His knee is beyond that line. He's offside. Okay, well, it's 1-1 anyway. There's nothing I can do about it. But he was offside. Okay, let's carry on. Ilias Chair bursting forward. Going to try and set away Lyndon Dykes. That is a beautiful pass. It's a beautiful run. And was very nearly a beautiful goal. That would have been the perfect way to respond to conceding a goal. But, mate, we've just got to pile on the pressure now. I might even go to a slightly more attacking formation to try and counter the 5 at the back. That might be something that we do here. So, you know what? After this attack, we'll try and look at going maybe for like a 4-2-4. Just go all in a little bit here. But first, we've got to try and stop this. My God, thank you, Ramsdale. Okay, what I've done instead is I've gone to a 4-1-2-1-2 wide. We brought on Brighter Samuel and we have brought on Obafemi. Obafemi and Lyndon Dykes up top. We've got Brighter Samuel at cam, Ilias Chair and Ellis Todd at left and right mid. Luke Amos at CDM. They brought on Burke, by the way. Interesting substitution there. A nice quick striker for them. Not good for us at all. But otherwise, everyone else is exactly the same. So, Agu off. And as was, I think it was Harvey Elliott, sorry, that has made way as well. But, mate, we're going to try and make sure now that we get that next goal. It's important, in my opinion, that this is a 3-point game. And hold on a second, Brightside Samuel with the pace to try and get through Bastos. I said he's a quick player, but he's not quick enough to stop right there. Brightside Samuel tries to lay it back to Lyndon. That's a fantastic block. A fantastic block by the Sheffield United defender. Good stuff, mate. Bright again in the middle, again picking up a loose ball and again making space for himself. Brighter side Samuel comes on, finds himself on the score sheet, makes this space for himself and makes it 2-1 and does possibly the dodgiest celebration you've seen at least today. But that there was fantastic stuff from Bright. He again, since coming on, made 2 chances and has bagged one of them as well. Wins that ball there as well. Runs centrally as soon as they both run that well. Right, there's the space, there's the goal. 2-1. The substitutions paid off. That's his 4th goal in the league. He's not scored many, but he's been an impactful player this season. And just with that goal alone, could potentially be a 3-point earner. Oh, we've lost the ball in a dodgy spot here. Got to be careful. Baldock right up in the thick of it. Ramsdale coming out to try and stop it, but Burke stopping it all by himself and spooning that one wide. I don't know what he was trying there because he's just flat-footedly booted that straight off the pitch. Good for us, though. I don't mind that. Obafemi going to try and let Lyndon Dykes through. Lyndon Dykes one-on-one. There's only one outcome, and that is a goal for Lyndon freaking Dykes. You can't stop him. The man is unbelievable, and he's out here competing with Brighter Side Samuel with dodgiest celebration of the day. And you know what? I think it's a stalemate. I think it's a draw. But Lyndon Dykes with the brace today, and that's a lovely through ball. I have to say, Bright has come onto the pitch and made such a huge difference. Him at cam is so lethal. It sucks, honestly, that Pepe Arce is as slow as he is. If Pepe Arce was quicker, I'd actually probably play him out wide and play Bright at cam because he's so impactful there. But Pepe Arce is the future, man. We've got to give that man game time. We've got to give him a chance. And you know what? Bright's made the good of his chance he's had today. I have to say, he's been fantastic. So, lovely stuff. 3-1. We should see this one out now. Well, there we have it. That is full time and 3-1 win. We made it a little bit difficult for ourselves, obviously conceding the goal. However, I still stand by, that was offside. Like, it just was. He was past the man. But it doesn't matter. We've come away with the 3 points in the end after getting ourselves 3 goals. Lyndon Dykes picking up 2 goals himself. Bright aside, Samuel coming on, getting a goal and an assist. Definitely showing his worth and definitely showing his importance for our team for this career mode. But you know what? I'm absolutely chuffed, boys. I'm very, very happy. Huge result. Although we made it difficult for ourselves, it's 3 points, and that's important. Okay, I forgot to last time, and this time I will not forget to, but we see Spurs in 2nd place. Spurs have managed to drop down to 2nd. Did they get another loss after us? Who did they play? They lost to Arsenal. Of all the teams for them to lose to, they then got a loss at home to Arsenal, and now Liverpool are 4 points ahead. Jeez, that is a rough moment there for Spurs. Hashtag bottle blooming jobs right there. Not going to lie, that is woeful from them. But United are the team now that we are in, touching distance of catching up to. We're only 2 points behind them. We've got a game against Brighton. They've got a game against City. So, honestly, the ideal thing here, I'm not going to lie, would be a draw. I know that would mean that, we don't overtake United, apart from maybe on goal difference if we beat Brighton. But it honestly means that we also then aren't too crazy far off of Man City, whereas if City win, we're still 4 points behind them, even if we get 3 points. So, be interesting to see if we can catch up to them. Burnley and Crystal Palace both dropping down that pecking order a little bit, but both still relatively flying high. Sheffield United, Leeds, and then Watford down there at the moment, between them with only 7 wins, and that is not looking very good for them at all. But Southampton and Wolves and even Bournemouth are still down there in the mix of things, and it's not looking great for them anyway. But we've got Brighton up next. But before we get into that, we're going to see with our scouts, with whatever's going on, if there's any transfer news, and then we'll potentially get to our next game. Okay, so Palace have agreed at 13.2 million. I'm going to go in, I'm going to negotiate and try and get it just to 14. I'm just going to go straight in and be like, can we have 14 instead? Hopefully they don't throw a hissy about that. That's all I'm going to do is just go bop 14, see what they say. Let's see what they say. Sweet, 14, sweet. Go, done. 14 mil for Elyounoussi, not bad. And I do have an idea for a potential immediate replacement, but a lot cheaper than him. Now, Gareth Bale is currently a free agent, which is kind of crazy. He is a free agent. He's 33. It's going to be about 50 grand a week probably to try and sign him up. However, also a free agent is Jack Harrison, who is a right little player, I like Harrison. I think he's a good player. He's kind of just someone who I think for a lot of people, myself included for a while, just kind of slips under the radar as the fact that he is a decent player. So what we're going to do is, with the money for Elyounoussi, we're just going to use the wages at least and sign Jack Harrison. It's going to probably cost us about 40 grand a week. I'm going to try and get away with the rotation position because he's not going to be crucial and he probably won't be important. But it's an immediate replacement and it gives us basically 14 million straight away anyway. It doesn't cost us a penny. So Smith Rowe would have been great to pick up. But I think for now what we're going to do is we're just going to go for Harrison. Be money conscious, be money smart. I think it makes sense. Okay, 40 grand a week and a £250,000 signing fee later. And we have Jack Harrison on a free contract, or a free whatever you want to call it. It didn't cost us anything. It's just his wages, which I'm chuffed with. I'm genuinely chuffed with that. I think that's a fantastic pickup. And you know what? For a free agent, that's a great signing. And there it is confirmed. £14 million to Crystal Palace. Elyounoussi makes his way off to the Eagles. I'm not making that, am I? The Eagles. That's right. Regardless, that's your new name, Crystal Palace, if it wasn't before. But yeah, 10.5 million of that comes to us, which again is basically just free money, as we've just immediately replaced him with Harrison. So really happy with that indeed. And Obafemi, that Pereira. As in Pereira. If he wasn't 32 and terrible, I'd consider that. But he is both 32 and terrible, so you can sort off, Udinese. How dare you? Okay, so Brighton is going to be quite possibly our last game of the episode today, just because I spent quite a bit of time making signings and all of this other stuff. Obviously, it took a while with me going through players, finding people, and stumbling across both Gareth Bale and Jack Harrison in the free agents, which was sick. But a few changes. So Schmeichel is going to make his way in. Fisher and Webster both make their way back inside, as does Chalobah, as does Bright. And we're just going to crack on. Basically, our starting 11. But Schmeichel's in net for this game because I need him fighting fit, ready for our Europa League game, which is up against Marseille in the next episode. So, let's crack on. Okay, here we are against Brighton, away to Brighton, in fact. And I'm optimistic again. It's a team lower down the table and a team that we really should show up against today. We've been in pretty good form. Been a bit of a couple of close games for the first, especially the first one. The second one was close up until the introduction of Brighton Sarsam, and I'm hoping today that he can be a huge impact in this game. But let's go for it. Hopefully 3 more points. 9 points from a possible 9 would be a very nice thing to say from today's episode. That would be sick. Brighton on a good start here, but that's a good cleared header from Webster, and it gives the chance to bring this ball away back inside to Pepe from Bright. It's going to go back out to Bright, and Bright is hopefully just going to put the burners on here and try and zip his way forward. Linden going to play it up to Pepe. Oh, Pepe couldn't quite get the return pass, but that's a decent bit of play to sort of build a counter. I'm going to try, not tiki-taka, but I'm going to try and be a little bit more focused on passing our way through Brighton, because I think that's our way to do it. Get those passes until we like release a quick player like Bright, like Ellis Todd, and basically we just need to sort of knock the ball about until we give them the space they need. Luke Amos going to play it out wide here to Fisher. Fisher, we're going to try and set away Ellis Todd. Ellis Todd does make that run. Going to try a low-driven cross. It's a good cross, and that's a hell of a save. I have to say, that is a beautiful save. As Dykes, on that left footer, just absolutely thumped it towards Ryan's net. But Ryan has got down quickly and has just pushed that one wide of the post. But can he maybe stop this header? He didn't need to. It was over. But good attacks. We just got to make them count. Brighton bursting through here. Zambo and Guisa turning the burners on, trying to burst his way through the middle. But thankfully, we've kind of pushed them back just a little bit, but they have worked their way through. Dickey steps in with a fantastic tackle. Actually, I think that was Webster steps in, but the main thing is somebody stepped in and got in the way of that one. And maybe Pepe Arsenal is going to have to look out wide. Finds Ellis Todd, who's going to turn back down to find Pepe Arsenal. Not quite. Lyndon Dykes sets it into Pepe, who just sort of lashes at that one and hits it wide. We've got to be careful. On the counter, they look pretty good, but we're trying to work off the counter as well, so it means it's probably going to be relatively end-to-end stuff. Hammerleinen here up against Klunter. Is how I'm going to say that. I'm probably saying that wrong, but Hammerleinen's got to try and stand him up. Doesn't do that quite right. Puig there, by the way, is a hell of a signing for Brighton. That is a fantastic pickup that they've made there, but we've got to try and stop them working through the lines. They're doing that just as I said it, and Schmeichel, sorry. Kasper Schmeichel with a fantastic save. Good job, mate. Again, coming in, not for any reason other than I just want him to be match fit. And you know what? Making saves like that is going to help him. But let's see this corner out. Hopefully, get rid of it. Well up Webster yet again. Oh, that's a good pass. Got to block that. Well done, Dickey getting in the way. Have to say, Brighton really growing into this game here. But now, Pepe couldn't quite play it through. And Amos can't quite win that. And this again, problematic. Another good through ball, but another save from Schmeichel. We are so lucky to have two very good keepers. Ramsdale throughout this entire series has been fantastic for us. And Schmeichel's come in and on 2 separate games has been relatively decent for us. So Schmeichel already proving his worth here as we go in at 0-0 for this game at half-time. Been a tricky one. It's 1-1 at the Manchester derby, which is good to see. Liverpool also currently dropping points, as are Chelsea. So it's all looking pretty good for us right now. But we are only really going to benefit from that if we come away with 3 points today. We're going to bring on Lamb nice and early just to rest Hammerleinen. But that's the only change we're going to make at half-time. More of the same. It'll probably end up being that Jack Harrison will make an appearance at some point during this game, maybe around the 60th minute mark. Give him 30 minutes on the pitch. It'll probably be Pepe that makes way bright into the middle and Harrison out on that left-hand side. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll see how this game unfolds in the second half. Come on, boys. It's a good ball through here. Schmeichel is trying to come out to it, and Schmeichel does very well in the end to come out and grab that. I thought I'd maybe ever so slightly balled him out a little bit too early and a bit of a stinker position, but thankfully he was equal to it, got out there and made the, I'm going to say the save or just stop the attack basically, as we've done there as well. Lovely stuff. Boys, we're making it difficult for ourselves, but here we go. Ellis Todd on the counter. He's surely quicker than this guy. Surely he's quicker than this guy. He's not particularly quicker than this guy, so we are going to have to turn around and play it back. Can we rework this in any way? Up to Pepe Ars, who's going to have to turn as well. Plays it into Linden, who I think is just onside. Oh, he was just offside. Lovely bit of play. The goal itself would have been fantastic, but he was ever so slightly off. Yeah, I think he was just off there. That's a real shame, I won't lie to you. But what we're going to do is actually use this chance to make our change. Harrison is going to make his debut for us in this game. And hopefully can come on and just play relatively decent. If he can play anywhere near as well as I'm expecting or hoping him to, then we're in for a decent appearance or debut from the man. But Pepe Ars is going to be the man to make way for Harrison as he comes on for his QPR debut away at Brighton. Bright into the middle, as you guys saw, playing Cam now. Harrison coming on at left mid. Let's go for it, boys. It's a good bit of play there. Oh, it's a really important tackle from Webster because he had been wrong-sided there. The man had got goal side of Webster, but he still managed to get back, get his foot in, and stop the shot, which is very important. Chalobah making a run. We see Harrison making a bit of a run here as well. Can we set him in? Good pass. It's past the feet. Harrison's going to cut inside. Go on, Harrison, mate. For a debut. Oh, good effort, but a good save in the end. But Harrison doing basically exactly what I'm hoping he'll do, which is come into a team and just provide a bit of quality. And he's done a good job there, but Ryan, equal to the save. It was a good shot. It was definitely on target, definitely making its way in. But we're going to whip this one into the middle. Lyndon Dykes, can he get up to this one? He can! Oh, it's cleared off the line. Oh, it's dropped to Harrison. He couldn't quite get the shot away to try and bury that one in there, but mate, this has been a close old game, you know, a close old game. Chances going either way, either side are getting chances on target now. And Bright going to try and lay it off to Lyndon. Wasn't quite the one. That would have been 1-0. There's no two ways about that. Oh, he's turned past Webster. Webster, I can't get a player to try and get on that ball. There we go. We do eventually. Not good enough, though. Dickey gets rid. And now we're going to play this out to Harrison, who has got space in front of him. Harrison has just got green grass to run into. We need Lyndon and or Bright or just somebody to get in that box. They have done. Lyndon Dykes finds the back of the net in front of the QPR fans. And Harrison, on his debut, is going to bag himself an assist for our top goal scorer, Lyndon Dykes. 23 for the season now. Has got a goal at least in each of the games today. And that is a huge, huge goal. This has been a tough old game. But Harrison comes on some fresh legs. A nice simple pass in. And Dykes does what Dykes does best, which is find the back of the net. Puts us 1-0 up in this very tough, very tight, very close game. It even nearly hit the defender there. But Dykes does, again, find the back of the net. He just is the king of it right now. 23 goals in the season, only 5 minutes left. You know what? I will just cue this last change. I don't think it's going to end up happening, but I'll go to bring on Agu there in the middle of the park. But mate, I'm absolutely chuffed. I have to say, the boys have played so well, and it's been a tough one, but I think we've deserved it. I do think genuinely we have deserved it. So we've now just got for the last couple of minutes. Just stop them really making anything. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go on team press just for these last couple of minutes, just to make sure that we see this one out. I know it's going to make the boys just a little bit tired, but there's only like 2 minutes of it, so that's not the end of the world there. Again, just forcing them back. Harrison there, look, just forcing the player back, which is fantastic. And go on, ref, look at the clock. There we go. A crucial and a very difficult but hard-earned 3 points indeed. Very happy with the boys there, I have to say. Again, was a tough one. It was a really, really tricky game. We had our chances. I have to say, Ryan making 2 or 3 fantastic saves, but I think the right result happened in the end, and we came away with the 3 points. Well done, boys. Well, I have to say, I'm very happy with that result, and Spurs drop down to 3rd place now. United pick up a win in the end against City, and I think Spurs, I think they've lost again. I actually think Spurs lost again. That is terrible from them if they did. They lost to Arsenal there. So what happened? Did they lose it? They lost to Southampton. They lost to a team who are fighting relegation right now. That is mental. That is they have become the epitome of bottle job in this. And although I said I wanted the draw there for the Manchester derby, I have to say it means that we're now only a point away from City and 2 points away from United. So actually it's still not terrible, but results going our way, we could actually see ourselves up to 2nd place if United, City and Spurs all end up dropping points in a game. We could actually jump all the way up there and be right in the mix of things behind Liverpool. Obviously, they're quite a few points ahead of us, but we're putting ourselves in a pretty decent position, I have to say. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go through the transfer deadline day to see how this all finishes. We've been offered here Seri, who again I think is an older player. He's 31. They keep offering us these aging players. If they were offering us someone a little bit younger, I wouldn't be overly against Carter Vickers maybe making a move because he doesn't play that often for us. He plays in the Europa League games, so actually it's relatively important to keep him. But Seri is a no from me, and I don't really want to sell players to Fulham anyway, especially when they're as good as our players are. So we'll get into transfer deadline day. We'll see what happens, if anything. We'll see if there are any changes, any ins, any outs for any teams, not just us. Aston Villa came in for Dicky, and I just wasn't interested in that one, so it's a no from me. But you can see in the bottom right the top deals as they go through. Park is again not going out on loan. Lyndon Dykes from Palace, again, they want all of our players, not happening. Lyndon Dykes is staying with us for this season at the very least. Obviously, see if he can get that golden boot for us and see if he can get all of those goals. That would be fantastic if he can. Again, Ozzy is going nowhere. He is staying with us. He is our club captain, even if he is not the starting captain, as Dicky is the captain, obviously, for the starting 11. But quite a few players making their way, making their moves, but Lema still the most expensive. Allende can go to... Yeah, I'm not going to sign him in the end anyway. That's absolutely fine. He was a goalkeeper, if anyone was wondering. He was a young goalkeeper. They look decent. He's like 67, 68 rated at 17, which is still pretty good, but I just don't need those kind of players right now. But Chalobah for 12 million again. Chalobah's staying. He is one of our starting players. If somebody had come in for Agu, I'd have considered that move. I won't lie to you, but yeah, I have to say I'm not overly fussed about letting Chalobah go because he is in our starting 11, so I would much rather keep hold of him if I can. Another email coming in, probably the Chalobah thing breaking down. It was indeed, that's absolutely fine. But the final hour of the transfer window, and let's see what damage has been dealt. Again, Park is staying because I need Park for those objectives, otherwise I would definitely have loaned him out. But Lema ended up not even being the most expensive one. So City selling Torres for 105 million. Romagnoli going to Real Madrid from United for 89. Nkunku going to Paris for 84. Richarlison to United. That's a big move. That's a big move. That's a great sign for them. Joe Gomez off to City. That could be part of it, you know. That could be part of their issues. They've sold Gomez. Daley Blind coming in. Evidently not a good look for Spurs. Just goes to show that maybe is a big difference into their form right now. City selling Maddison to Leipzig. Lema, as we know, off to Dortmund. Jovic going to PSG. Benfica selling Everton to United. The player, obviously not the club. But yeah, some biggish deals going on here. But Henderson going as well. Interesting. But a lot of players to and from the Prem, I have to say. Isaac going to Chelsea, which we know as well, that is not a good move for us because he is a pain in the backside to play. But to cover our ins and outs, Schmeichel and Harrison in for a total of 4.45, which is fantastic deal business from us, if you ask me. And Elinusi going out for 14. So a net spend, or a net profit, I should say, of £10 million, which is obviously great news for us. And two very good players as well. So I'm happy with that. I think we've done some good business. And I think, you know what? That's probably a relatively good place to round up today's episode. If you've enjoyed today's episode, then please, obviously, do leave a like on it. Hopefully, you guys are okay with it being 3 instead of 4 games today, just because, obviously, you had the transfer stuff to deal with as well. Obviously, in the next episodes, we won't have that to deal with. We'll have our home and away leg for the next round, the round of 16 or round of 32, whatever it is, for the Europa League against Marseille. So that'll be an interesting run out for us as well. But yeah, thank you for watching this. Again, leave a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel. Make sure you check out the Twitch to see us live on our live streams now, as we stream there exclusively. Hursty Games YT over there. But for now, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash those hands, guys.
Nah,
in a
his
bit.
name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know.